The work Cake has done with Missing in Kansas is bringing national awareness to a worldwide epidemic. But the change still starts here, in Kansas. If you know of a missing person story, submit it today on cake.com/missing. Missing in Kansas, with reports every weekday, only on Cake. Cake's Missing in Kansas helps raise awareness for missing and endangered people. And we are proud to partner with ICT SOS and the Race for Freedom 5K. So join us on September 10th for the race and help bring an end to human trafficking in our community.
Kansas kids are having fun at summer camp. They are learning from law enforcement officers in Arkansas City, but they're also learning from one of our own.
When you run away from home, sometimes people will take advantage of you.
Cake's Annette Lawless spoke to kids about the series that she created here at Cake, Missing in Kansas. She talked about the importance of internet safety. She also shared the risks that they take if they run away from home. She encouraged the middle school students from Arkansas City to find mentors they trust in case they are in a bad situation. The Ark City Police Chief says it's an important conversation to have with kids today.
I think it's just absolutely fantastic what you've done, what you've been able to build with so many community partners and people just recognizing that runaways and young people that are out on the streets is important to make sure that they get to safety because bad things can happen to kids.
Students are learning about mental health and other ways to prop each other up. They are spending the week at the DARE summer camp.
There's concern for a teenager reported missing this week from western Kansas. Take a look at this photo of Peyton Warren. Her family, they're worried that a male may have picked her up from her placement as a foster child. The 14-year-old was last seen on Monday in Garden City. She's being housed at this juvenile detention center over on Santa Fe Street. That's on the southwest side of town. The Juvie Center, by the way, it houses some children who are in foster care. Another look at Peyton here. She is described as being 5'10", 160 pounds, with blue eyes and this naturally brown hair, but it's dyed black is what I'm told. Her ears are pierced, and she may use the nickname Moxie Parker. Previously, we've seen a number of children reported missing from this very same detention facility this past year. Of course, not just Peyton, but a couple of other gals. Take a look here. 17-year-old Alicia Tonsavon, she was reported missing this January. And then we have also 17-year-old Lucy Hernandez. She was reported missing nearly a year ago last June. These girls also missing today. I have a request over for comment for the Kansas Department for Children and Families to get information, more details about children who are reported missing from that location. But you know what? DCF has yet to respond to the phone calls and email requests that I've made, some of those dating back to late last month. I'll keep you updated on the state's response. But in the meantime, if you have a tip that can help locate any of these girls, you are encouraged to call Garden City Police at 620-276-1300. You can also report your tip anonymously, and I share how to do that with their stories over at cake.com/missing. Today, you may see more cases like this, as it is National Missing Children's Day. The Kansas Bureau of Investigation says there are nearly 550 missing people in the state. More than 200 of those are cases of youth, though the database looks at a person's current age, so that number may be much larger. With Missing in Kansas, we share the photo of a missing person every weekday, and something as simple as a picture can make a huge difference. We know that because just this month, an Illinois girl was found nearly 6 years after she was abducted. Her mom, Heather Unbahan, was arrested. The 15-year-old Kayla is now back with her dad. So this is what happened. A store employee in North Carolina recognized Kayla from the Netflix series Unsolved Mysteries. The show, at the very end of the program, simply shared the photo of her, leading the store worker to call police. The dad worked closely with the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children so they could make an age-progressed photo of his daughter.
The father was absolutely incredible in helping us and providing us with images of the family. And that's really what's key in doing these age progressed photos. You need pictures of family members, mom, dad, brother, sister, aunt, uncles, as many family members as you can. And the father was great in providing that.
The investigation is ongoing, but it still remains unclear just how this mother was able to evade police for so long. Yet it is proof that it takes just one person to crack a case like this. People were stunned to see things unfold.
I always think about that, how hard it would be to remember the situation when you're out in public. I don't know if that would ever happen to me, so I'm impressed that they put it together and called and it all worked out.
If you see anything suspicious, don't second guess yourself, always call authorities. Always do the right thing in your gut.
I sat down with a leader at the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children to dig into the value of sharing stories like this online and what to do to keep your kids safe this summer. You can see the interview on our website as well as on our social media pages. If you haven't done so already, just take a moment to follow us online. I've created these special pages. You can scan this QR code to find all of them right now, or you can simply search Missing in Kansas on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Reporting in the studio, Annette Lawless, KIC News on your side. This summer marks 5 years since the start of Missing in Kansas, a series I helped create to highlight the cases of missing people. One of the inspirations behind what we do, little Lucas Hernandez and the folks determined to bring him home.
I just want to cry because this little 5-year-old boy who's any hope after all this freezing weather.
So we're going to continue to investigate this.
Where's he at? That's my main thing is, where is he at?
I know it's on the minds and hearts of many in our community.
Why can't we find him?
We'll do anything we can to help them and keep this message alive on the boards.
We believe that it is the body of Lucas Hernandez.
5 years ago, the search for a missing Kansas boy comes to an end. That's when the remains of Lucas Hernandez were found, 3 months after he vanished from his home in southeast Wichita.
I miss him very much. I love him very much. And I just want him to come home.
His disappearance gained national attention, with people inspired, hoping to find the kid with the sweetest smile.
We fell in love with him. We got to see 1,000 pictures of him. We got to visit with his family and get to know his quirky little personality.
The mystery led to weeks of extensive searches. Police and the community looking for this 5-year-old. Yet the break in the case came from a person of interest, the girlfriend of the boy's father, leading a private investigator to the child's body. It wasn't the outcome anyone wanted, but the search group was finally able to find the child they were looking for, reaching a moment that meant everything.
To be able to stand protective over him until he was brought out, and then to be able to say a prayer.
Say goodbye.
And to say goodbye.
An autopsy was performed, but the results were inconclusive on exactly how he died. If alive, Lucas would be 10 years old this year. You know, the community support for Lucas, it ran so deep, and it continues for others here with Missing in Kansas. So far, we featured more than 1,800 stories in the time frame that we had this series, focusing on cold cases, plus the stories of missing adults and children. But you know what? Your shares have helped make a huge difference, with the vast majority of these cases getting solved. You've even helped save people from pretty desperate situations like abuse and sex trafficking. I certainly appreciate the support as we move forward with the goal of bringing every missing person home safe. You can see their stories over at KIC.com/missing right now. On any given day, thousands of children are unaccounted for across the country. In fact, we see many of those cases right here in Kansas. Weekday mornings and evenings at KIC, we tackle the topic by sharing stories of folks who are unaccounted for across the state. Now here, I sit down with John Bischoff. He's the leader, one of the leaders from the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, and we talk about the value of programs like Missing in Kansas, the impact we are making, and how you can keep your kids safe this summer.
You know, for us as a national child serving organization, every day is National Missing Children's Day. And we wish that was the case across the United States, but honestly, we'll take the one day where a real spotlight is shined on missing children, missing child posters, and the fact that many children are still missing across the United States, whether they went missing, unfortunately, just yesterday or many, many years ago.
All Americans, and especially our youth, should have the right and the opportunity to walk our streets, to play and to grow and to live their lives without being at risk.
You know, Missing Children's Day was started in 1983 by President Reagan. May 25th was the date selected because that's the day Eitan Pates went missing from a street corner in New York City.
A little boy named Eitan Pates disappeared.
Take a close look at the picture we're going to put up on the screen. This is Eitan Pates. I should spell that, E-T-A-N-P-A-T-Z.
His father said he was shocked to discover that there seemed to be better ways of finding stolen cars than of finding stolen children.
You may recall Eitan Pates' case. He's still missing to this day. And his picture was one of the first images shown on a milk carton. So Eitan Pates, the May 25th, real special day for us here at the National Center. And it's a great day to remember all missing children, and especially Eitan Pates.
In our program, you know, I'll go and like at the end of the segment, I'll say something like, oh, you know, we would appreciate if you guys could share something. You can, you know, do anything to contribute is wonderful. And sometimes I wonder if, you know, maybe that call to action, I'm hoping it doesn't fall flat with the community, but the value of it, the value of sharing, I assume that social media certainly is a game changer for you all.
So social media plays a big part to our poster distribution. It allows us to engage with the community at a much faster, more efficient basis than we ever have before as an organization. But when it comes to our missing child posters, especially when an individual is leaving a store or they see our poster up on a billboard somewhere, our only ask is to stop for a second and look at that child's poster. Look at that child's image, because behind that image is a family searching tirelessly to find their child. It's a law enforcement agency working tirelessly to find that child. And it's us at the National Center working to keep that image out in the public's eye.
And it's not just recent cases. I mean, shoot, we had that case just the other week where, I mean, 6 years had passed.
6 years.
And things can just make such a big difference.
You know, honestly, all it really takes is one set of eyes to be a hero. The right person to see the right thing at the right time. And most importantly, report it. Do something about it.
Is there any lasting message that you hope that hits home to people when we're talking about National Missing Children's Day, something that they can do, a best practice, or something that just you really hope that they retain on a day like this?
So as we think about National Missing Children's Day, it's a day to remember all missing children who are not home and not where they're needed to be today. But for each and every citizen out there, it's a great day to talk to your kids. Talk to them about internet safety. Talk to them about safety of being out on the street. We have a great deal of information on our website at missingkids.org to help parents with that conversation. How to start that conversation with your kids. Every day is a great day to talk about child safety, but National Missing Children's Day is just a great spot to start it.
With Missing in Kansas, we continue to feature stories and also resources that can help you out. So if you haven't done so, I really do encourage you to follow us on social media today. So we have content on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. You can scan your QR code right here on your screen right now, or you can also simply search Missing in Kansas on those platforms. I try to create content that's relevant to you and also relevant to keeping everyone safe and bringing kids and adults, those missing folks, home safe as well.